Okay, it's gonna be a bit of a flashbang, so your eyes might, you know, might not have a good time. But this was something SCB was just showing off on his stream, and it's actually something I use a good amount. Yeah, flashbang. I warned you. I warned you. I told you it was gonna be a flashbang. I wasn't kidding. Why do you think you could see my whole face? You know? My eye. Dude, I wanted to get in dark mode. It won't go. It won't go to dark mode. I tried. It won't. Google Trends will not go. I don't know why. I don't know why. It won't work. Maybe I looked at the wrong. Maybe I looked at the wrong spot. Maybe I looked at the wrong spot. Listen, okay, we won't be here for too long. Listen, okay. Look at this though. This was SCB was showing this off on his stream. Ready? So I put in different ones. I put Overwatch, Apex, Valorant, League, and GTA. Blue is Overwatch, red is Apex, yellow is Valorant, green is League, GTA 5 is purple. And I put GTA there for a good reason. And I'll explain it. Ready? So, Google Trends is very interesting because it really shows off like what people are talking about over time. And it pulls a lot of different spots. It pulls from like YouTube, pulls from Google searches. I'm not sure if it does TikTok, to be fair. I actually don't know that. But anything like all of Google's search stuff combined, he's put into this chart. Ready? Look back at the end of Overwatch 1. Literally dead. Like 1 less than 1. Just didn't exist. Game did not exist. Except for that one period where the beta released, right? And then it leads up to Overwatch 2 and then boom! Goes to 100. Goes crazy. Goes bananas. Goes absolutely psycho, right? But then it came back down really fast within a few days. And then it kind of just died out, right? Like, if you look over time, even with new seasons, like right here. Where was Season 2? Right here. Season 2. It's December 4th through December 10th. We barely got up to the same level as everybody else with a brand new season. And it's kind of wild because we're slipping again. We're actually slipping again. In the start of this season, there's a bump. There's a small bump, but it's not that big. The reason I put GTA on there is because GTA has an extremely dedicated Twitch community. Like, they always are at the top of the chart. But it also shows how small the Twitch pool is. Outside of Twitch and probably RP, nobody gives a shit about GTA, right? So like, when people go off of Twitch numbers, right, when people say the sky is falling, Overwatch only has 20,000 Twitch viewers, the sky is falling, the game's dying, they're not correct by saying it by using that as a comparison, but they are correct because it is dying. It is going down. I wouldn't say it's gonna die. I'm not saying it's like officially gonna like poof and disappear, but for some reason it's not bringing people back like other games do. It's just not holding it the same weight. And you know, I wonder if there's a way we could actually figure this out. You know, because like unfortunately even my own YouTube and stuff like that would not be helpful. Like, if you could literally just talk to random gamers from other parts of the internet and ask them why do they don't like Overwatch or why they don't play the game or what do they think is wrong with it, I wonder what it would be. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a million reasons you could think of. Some people think of like toxicity and relying on your teammates. It's like, oh dude, I always get dog teammates, and you know, like realistically to us we say skill issue because it legitimately is, but to the average gamer though, they feel like they don't have any control, right? Then you can think of things like clips, like you don't have pop-off moments. Like when was the last time you saw a big Overwatch pop-off moment? Real talk. Like, even in Overwatch League, they don't even exist really that much. Like, you'll see like Tracer like 3Ks or something like that over the span of like 30 seconds, but it's not like, you know, like Overwatch of old where they pop Dragon Blade and go swoosh, 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 and get a 6K within like 4 seconds. It's like, whoa, you know, it's like crazy. Or in Valorant when someone pops a core and goes and it's like ace, and it's like huge pog. Like there's no giant moments like that in Overwatch anymore. The game's too it's like two teammates based, you know what I mean? Like if your tank sucks and you're a DPS player, you have no space, you just get rolled. If you're a tank player and they have amazing hit scan players, and you have Junkrat May on Circuit Royale, you just lost the game. If your support players are asleep, like, you know, it's GG. You know what I mean? And it's just, there's a lot of things, and even in like personalities and whatnot. Like you can think of like so many Valorant personalities, both pros and regular creators. There's like no Overwatch pro creators anymore. They don't exist. There's like Dante maybe. And there's like no stab at Dante, but like I wouldn't say Dante's the biggest creator. You know what I mean? Like he's much more of a pro player than like a creator these days. There was Super, but Super is obviously retired now and is moving in a different direction. You know what I mean? It's nothing against any of those people, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like how Overwatch used to be, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of these people have other priorities. Like, they don't, like, content's not a big part of their priority. Like, it's like a once in a while type of deal. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's nothing against them. There's nothing they've done wrong at all. But there's just nothing to build up to. I don't know. It's just, it's actually a very complex question, I think, to think about. Overwatch is 25 on Twitch, though, even though Near Hero just released this weekend. Oh, man, what a joke. But, like, you also have to think, though, like, people cuff copium all the time, right? They're like, oh, Overwatch isn't a watchable game, right, etc. But it's like, real talk, it's kind of on Overwatch again. Like, the Overwatch team is kind of failing its own game because they don't want to spend any money, right? Like, think about what happened this season. They did not pay a single big streamer to come play. Like, I didn't see one. I saw so basically at the start of season 1, 2, and 3, this whole top row was full of it was full, completely full to the brim with hashtag Overwatch 2 partners, Summit, Tyler 1. There was like Fextra Life or something, even though apparently they like embed streams or something. I don't know if that's actually true or not, because like they have like 12,000 viewers and nobody in their chat talks, which is very odd. But then there was like there was XQC at one point. I'm trying to think, like I saw like Tens play, Kaide play, but like, you know what happens every time? They pay all the big streamers tens of thousands of dollars to come play, and then they play for 2 hours, and then they take their bag, and then they leave, and they go, wow, that game was trash. And they talk the game and they leave. And then even worse, then they got rid of drops. So things that actually benefited the legitimate streamers of the game currently, like the ones who actually stream the game right now, and you could bring in people from the outside. And I think of a great example of this is Tarkov. I don't follow Tarkov that deeply, but when I played Tarkov a lot, I didn't watch any streams. But every time Tarkov did drops, I always was in a Tarkov streamer stream, leaving an AFK because I got in-game rewards that were big W's. And that's how I learned of a couple of the Tarkov streamers that I didn't really know that much. And it was like, that gave them big support. It brought a lot of people into the game. It made them more invested, because then I actually played more games with Tarkov, because I was like, okay, I left my computer on for 8 hours farming this person's stream for drops. Well, now I want to go use the drops, you know? XQC said he plays off stream. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised at that at all. Like, I've talked about before how I used to get into games with XQC, and people basically used to just like hunt him. So like, I'm not that surprised by that. But that's not the point though. Like, XQC playing a couple games off stream is not. That's not gonna save Overwatch. And plus, he liked Overwatch for years, so that's his already type of game. That's not the point. Point is though, is like the marketing budget has disappeared. Like, how much marketing did we see around Season 4? Did you see anything? Anywhere? Any YouTube? Any Twitch? Any Twitter? Any TikTok? Outside of regular creators? Like regular... And TikTok's a big one. Regular TikTok creators, like people that just make stuff, like... Outside of that? No ads? Nothing! I saw an Xbox ad when playing cloud gaming, but... Xbox and Microsoft, or sorry, Microsoft and Activision are about to blend together. So them being in a Microsoft or an Xbox ad, I don't feel like that counts, you know? I don't feel like that counts. Does the Lifeweaver video count? No. The hero reveal video does not count as marketing. Yes, it is technically marketing, but like, imagine they just dropped the hero and didn't say who it was. Like, of course they have to do a little thing like, oh, this is the new character. Marketing is dollars that they spend to push it out and get people to, like, interested in it. They do not do that anymore. They stopped doing it after Season 2. They shut the f***ing bag, they closed it up, and they're like, yo, we're hurting right now. It's like, bro, come on. A lot of gaming communities think Overwatch is one of the worst. League, so for us, we all jump to League. We all think League is the worst. But there's also a lot of people that think Overwatch is the worst. I've always been in the same camp as you guys. I go, no way, League is definitely the worst. But it's like, I wonder how many people actually share the sentiment that Overwatch is the worst. You know? League also did a few things. Like, League had that, you know, the Netflix show that got a lot of people interested in the game again. It got, you know, like, Overwatch's cinematics were some of the best stuff of all time. You know? Like, the fact that there was never an Overwatch anime or Netflix special or anything like that, tragic. I don't know, the Overwatch content creators used to cry they couldn't make videos because there was no content. Now there's constantly new content and y'all still upset. So I actually made a thing about 9 months ago, and I predicted that sentiment that you have, it's like, yeah, you guys never stop complaining, was actually going to happen. Every free-to-play game does this, where it somehow, like, turns, like, the more competitive players against the casuals, quote-unquote. There is no new content, really. Like, what new content is very different than a hero drop once every 18 weeks. And on top of that, too, like, it's only for one role that I'm not gonna play. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not really content for me. Like, yeah, the Battle Pass is out, Battle Pass is cool, but that's kind of like bare minimum. And the gameplay has not been great. And so it's, like, kind of stale. And the numbers show it. And the game is not growing. The game is probably shrinking. So, we all were on this ship the first time around. We were all there. This is the Titanic 2, not the first Titanic sunk, and we were all on it. So, like, we just hit another iceberg, and we're like, guys, we should probably figure this out. And, like, everyone else, like, that's fine, the ship's unsinkable. It's like, bitch, we were all on the first one. You know what I mean? Your Google Trends data was incorrect. If you search Overwatch video game, it's very close, if not better than Apex. At the end, like, right now, like, day-to-day right now, no, I wasn't wrong. You want to see? I bet you mean day-to-day. Let me see. Because right now, yes, Apex is kind of struggling. A little bit. So, like, let's see. It's really, like, first off, it's not even that close. How close are you? What do you... And if you actually look long-term, Apex is in decline. Apex is definitely in decline over time. And that's why all the Apex creators are complaining. And they think ranked is dying. Search Overwatch with no 2, it's going to be the same. Google Trends is smart enough to understand. The new season launches right here. And it's much higher. And now... getting close. We're 4 days in. And it's coming back. Is this what you were talking about? Why are you looking at USA only? Are we USA only? Oh, we are. Oh. Oh. Interesting. I didn't realize you're on USA only. This looks a lot more like what I was talking about. Oh, no. Oh, no. That was literally right after a hero release. That's tough. Damn, it got a lot worse, huh? Uh-huh. And that's with the regular word Overwatch 2, because you guys were like, no, Overwatch 2 is not fair. People just type in Overwatch. Okay. That's added now. But now what? We had our moment in the sun. Here it is. The launch of Overwatch 2 went bananas. But then, like, nothing has brought it back even a little. Like, even if, so the yellow curve is Overwatch, right? So, like, here is season 2, right here. You can see the bump, so it's coming down, and then it bumps back up with season 2, and then it goes back down. Is this season 3? This might be season 3. I actually don't remember. I think this is probably season 3, but there wasn't much in it. And it obviously slides back down, and then this is season 4. This little bump right here is season 4. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. Data don't lie. I don't think it's totally inaccurate when people say, like, you know, it's not doing too hot. And I think Overwatch doing no marketing at the start of season 4 and didn't really help. You know? You can't deny Overwatch is still a popular game. No, that's what this data still is showing. It's like it's on the decline. It's not going up. It's going down. And it sucks because Season 4 didn't have a big bump, you know, and it didn't feel, they didn't do a lot of marketing for it. They really didn't. And so I was on the first ship, dude. I was on the first one that sunk. So it's slightly concerning, because if you look here, December 4th to December 10th is when Season 2 hit. That was Ramatra. And there was a very, very small but noticeable bump. And Apex was struggling at the time. Does anybody remember back in December? Remember back in December, Apex was struggling. Remember everyone saw it? We were all actually talking about in Overwatch, was all the Apex streamers were pissed off because Overwatch was doing all these amazing things. New game, new season, game felt fresh. They were doing drops for their creators. If you follow Apex, like I do, you saw a lot of their creators being like very mad. They were like, what the hell's going on? They still are, but for different reasons. And look at the trends kind of keep up with their sentiment. They felt like Overwatch was killing it and Apex was dying, and it kind of was. But then Apex did its refresh. Where is it? It's like right here. Where's the refresh? Is it right here? It was February 14th, you think? So that's in that time frame. So it completely revitalized their downwards trend that they had. And now it's kind of trending back downward again a little bit, but it's kind of holding on at the same time. Like, it's doing okay. But I've seen again this week, all the Apex creators were again this week all complaining and saying like things aren't good, and it's kind of showing. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of happening again. So don't shoot the messenger.